Some Americans are feeling squeezed, defaulting on car loans at a record level.
Insiders are telling media outlets the automaker could collapse.
The bleak landscape of the automotive industry. The global automotive market faces a perfect storm. Electrification, new competitors, economic volatility, and shifting consumer preferences are redefining the landscape. Brands that fail to adapt quickly risk collapse. This article explores 12 car manufacturers in crisis, offering crucial insights for those looking to purchase a vehicle. Some already show signs of fading, others maintain a facade of solidity, but their foundation is fragile. Reading this is vital, as one of these brands might be one you trust, and that trust could come at a high financial and emotional cost. Understanding the reasons behind these declines is fundamental for a conscious acquisition. 1. Alfa Romeo, Italian passion in search of redemption. Alfa Romeo, known for its passion and design, faces challenges in sales and reliability. In 2021, U.S. sales fell 30%, and the brand was named one of the least reliable in 2025. The dealership network is limited, making it difficult to attract customers and provide after-sales support. Despite the launch of the Tonale and electrification plans, Alfa Romeo needs to resolve its reliability issues, expand its network, and accelerate the transition to EVs to ensure its survival. Without these changes, Italian passion may become just a nostalgic memory. 2. Chrysler, the collapse of an American giant. Chrysler, a pillar of the American automotive industry, is collapsing. Sales plummeted from over 500,000 vehicles in 2005 to less than 145,000 in 2024. Currently, the brand is limited to the Pacifica minivan, and the Voyager version is restricted to fleets. The iconic 300 sedan was discontinued in 2023. Hopes for a rebirth with the Airflow electric SUV were canceled by Stellantis, Chrysler's parent company, due to high costs and outdated design. Stellantis is reviewing all of its 14 brands, and Chrysler, with its history of limited sales and products, is at risk of being cut. Financial problems at dealerships and fraud scandals expose the fragility of the network. Although there are plans for a refreshed Pacifica and a new SUV in 2026, analysts consider it may be too little, too late. With the brand in sharp decline, resale values plummet, parts availability becomes scarce, and maintenance service can be problematic. Investing in a Chrysler today is a considerable risk. 3. Buick. A ghost in the American market, a symbol in China. Buick, with its rich history in the U.S., is now a pale shadow. In 2024, sales barely exceeded 130,000 units, a sharp decline. Most Americans can't even name a Buick model. The sedan lineup has been discontinued, leaving SUVs like the Encore, Envision, and Envista, which are difficult to differentiate and don't stand out. General Motors (GM) insists on redefining Buick, but EV plans are vague and without a timeline. The irony is that Buick thrives in China, accounting for over 80% of global sales. This gives GM more incentive to focus on the Chinese market, to the detriment of the American one. Signs of disappearance in the US are visible. Fewer dealerships, reduced advertising, and an image stuck in limbo. Investing in a Buick in the US today is risky, with potential depreciation, limited service support, and difficulty in parts availability. Buick's history in the US is a reminder of how established brands can lose their place. Number 4. Genesis, the rise and challenges of an aspiring luxury brand. Genesis, Hyundai's luxury division, emerged with the ambition to offer design, sumptuous interiors, and technology at competitive prices. For a while, the strategy seemed to work, but in 2024, US sales stagnated at 69,000 units, a 15% drop from the previous year. Models like the G70 and G90 face difficulties, and demand for sedans is decreasing. The GV70 and GV80 SUVs have not met expectations, and there are reports of reliability issues and software failures. The electric GV60 faces range and price challenges. The absence of an autonomous dealership network, with most models sold at Hyundai dealerships, dilutes the luxury experience. Hyundai has directed investments to other electric brands, leaving Genesis with lower priority. If the brand does not achieve resounding success soon, it risks becoming another failed luxury experiment, with negative impacts on resale value, parts availability, and after-sales support. Genesis is at a crucial moment to ensure its survival and relevance. 5. Lincoln, the fading glow of an American icon. Lincoln, once synonymous with prestige, now struggles to remain relevant. In 2024, U.S. sales plummeted to less than 88,000 vehicles, a 27% drop and the lowest point in over a decade. The sedan lineup has been discontinued, and its SUVs, like the Nautilus and Corsair, face fierce competition. Ford, its parent company, prioritizes investments in EVs and trucks, relegating Lincoln to a secondary role. Promised electric models face delays, while competitors like Cadillac advance. Lincoln's loss of identity is evident. The brand is not positioned as innovative or a priority for Ford. The transfer of Nautilus production to China is an alarming sign. The dealership network is shrinking, resulting in less customer support and vehicle depreciation. In short, Lincoln shows undeniable signs of decline, making it a risky investment for the consumer. 6. Infiniti, the decline of a luxury promise. Infiniti, Nissan's luxury division, once a rival to BMW and Lexus, is sliding into irrelevance. In 2024, U.S. sales fell to 57,890 units, a 13% reduction and part of a decade of decline. The brand is losing its identity, consolidating dealerships with Nissan, which dilutes its exclusivity. The product line is shrinking, with the discontinuation of models like the QX50 and QX55 by 2025, driven by tariffs and a retraction strategy. The new SUVs QX60 and QX65 are for a high-income niche, without an accessibility strategy. Infiniti has a history of performance problems, recalls, and a deteriorated reputation. Although Nissan claims to support the brand, focusing on profit margins rather than volume is risky for the consumer. Infiniti needs an urgent reinvention to avoid its complete disappearance. 7. Jaguar, the risky reinvention of a British legacy. Jaguar, synonymous with British luxury, is at an inflection point in 2024. The company has halted production, discontinuing almost all models except the F-Pace in a bold attempt at reinvention. The goal is to become an all-electric brand, with a new 4-door electric GT and 2 more EVs planned for 2026. However, Jaguar has no established reputation in EVs, and the plan is unstable. The rebranding process was a failure, replacing the iconic Leaper logo with a generic J and a live vivid slogan that did not resonate with the public. The dealership network is being reduced, resulting in fewer service centers and weaker support. Additionally, Jaguar has a history of recalls and quality issues. This complete brand reboot is a high-risk gamble that could either save or bury Jaguar. Buyers should carefully consider before investing in a brand searching for its own identity. 8. Nissan, from Japanese glory to an identity crisis. Nissan, once synonymous with reliability and innovation, faces a dangerous crossroads. In 2024, it sold just over 875,000 vehicles in the US, but models like the Maxima and Altima are in sharp decline. The company projects a colossal loss of $5.4 billion and suffered the collapse of a merger with Honda. In response, Nissan laid off 9,000 employees and closed factories, in addition to canceling plans for electric cars in the American market. The lack of a clear electrification strategy is concerning. Scandals, such as the arrest of former CEO Carlos Ghosn, have shaken the brand's reputation, creating leadership instability. Internal reports suggest that Nissan may have only 12 to 15 months of survival. For consumers, investing in a Nissan now is risky, with implications for resale value, parts availability, and after-sales support. Nissan needs a profound reinvention to regain its position in the global market. 9. Maserati, Italian luxury amidst turbulence. Maserati, synonymous with Italian luxury and performance, faces a series of challenges. After a record year in 2014, recent years show a sharp decline, with sales falling 48% in the first quarter of 2025. The brand is consistently criticized for reliability problems and has faced production interruptions. Brand perception and the lack of an effective marketing strategy are also issues. Under Stellantis' management, Maserati is undergoing a strategic reevaluation, with rumors of a possible sale. The transition to electric vehicles requires massive investments and impeccable execution. Investing in a Maserati today is risky, with potential depreciation and difficulties in after-sales support. Maserati needs a deep restructuring and a clear vision for the future. 10. Saab, the end of an era of Swedish innovation. Saab, a Swedish brand known for its innovation and peculiar design, had a trajectory marked by financial challenges and changes in ownership. After being acquired by General Motors, GM, in 1989 and full control in 2000, Saab struggled to maintain its identity and profitability. The lack of investment in new products and slow development contributed to its decline. U.S. sales peaked in 1986 but fell sharply from the 2002 onwards. The 2008 financial crisis and GM's bankruptcy in 2009 were fatal blows. In 2011, Saab Automobile declared bankruptcy, ending vehicle production. The end of Saab resulted in problems with parts availability, limited service support, and vehicle depreciation. Although there is a community of enthusiasts, acquiring a used Saab today is risky. Saab's history is a melancholic reminder of how innovative brands can succumb to financial problems and misguided corporate decisions, navigating the turbulent waters of the automotive market. For consumers, the lesson to be drawn from these narratives is clear and multifaceted. When considering the purchase of a vehicle from any of these brands or any other, it is imperative to look beyond the immediate aesthetics and performance of the car. It is crucial to conduct in-depth research not only on the model itself, but also on the financial health, corporate stability, and future prospects of the manufacturing company. Factors such as resale value, availability of spare parts, the quality and comprehensiveness of after-sales service support, and the validity of warranties can be severely affected when a brand is in decline or faces significant uncertainties. A car is a substantial investment, and choosing a struggling brand can turn a dream into a financial and logistical nightmare. The automotive market is undergoing an unprecedented metamorphosis, driven by the transition to electric vehicles, the advancement of autonomous technologies, the growing demand for connectivity, and the emergence of new business models, such as subscription mobility. Brands that fail to adapt quickly to these megatrends, that do not invest in research and development, that do not listen to their consumers, and that are not agile enough to innovate, risk being left behind, regardless of their glorious history or past reputation. The ability to anticipate and respond to changes in consumer preferences, government regulations, and technological innovations is what will define the winners and losers in this new automotive era. Ultimately, the decision to purchase a vehicle must be informed and strategic. This article serves as a guide, a warning, and a tool to help consumers make more conscious choices in an increasingly complex and volatile market. The era when brand loyalty was unquestionable is fading. The new era demands discernment, research, and a clear understanding of risks and opportunities. By staying informed about the health and trends of automakers, consumers can protect their investments and ensure a smoother and more satisfying ownership experience. The future of mobility is constantly being redefined, and only the most resilient, innovative, and adaptable brands will survive to tell the tale. If you've ever owned or even test-driven one of the cars on this list, we need to hear from you right now. Your story could be the warning that stops someone from making a costly mistake, or the encouragement that helps them choose the right vehicle. Every comment strengthens our community and arms others with real-world knowledge they can't get from brochures or ads. And here's the truth. The automotive world is changing so fast that if you're not part of this conversation, you're already falling behind. So scroll down, share your experience, and then hit that subscribe button this very moment, because the next big automotive shakeup is coming, and you don't want to be the one hearing about it too late.